Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Shaq and in this video I'm going to show you how I took this low mileage but neglected Mini with a bunch of issues such as convertible roof that's not working, scuffed alloys all around, massive dent on the bonnet, missing parts on the body, dings and scratches everywhere, and a very dirty and moldy roof. And I made it look like a nice little car again and sell it at the end for a nice profit. I'm going to show you all the process, how much I paid for the car, how much I spent on fixing all these problems, how much I'm going to sell it for, and at the end we will find out how much profit I make. So I bought this Mini from BCA Bedford, which is not very far from my house. I usually like to collect the cars myself. As for this one, I opted for a transporter as I was busy working on other cars and the delivery fee was reasonable. And let me quickly show you the details of this Mini. It is a petrol and manual. It has 2 keys and a decent service record. It has 5 service stamps and the last service was done at 51,000 miles in 2021. I'm pretty sure when we do an oil change on this car, the oil is going to be super black unless it's had a service but not stamped on the book. As for the mechanical report, it's all green, but I always expect the worst and I don't fully trust auction reports. This really doesn't mean much until I get the car back to me and I check everything myself. I managed to pick up this Mini very cheap for a single reason, and that is due to the roof not working. Most people will stay away from these problems as replacing a roof can cost thousands. However, I've taken this gamble on this Mini in the hope that it is a fuse or wire related issue, but for now we can only hope until the car is delivered to us. Now, despite all the issues I just showed you, this car has a super low mileage for this age. This is a 2012 1.6 petrol Mini and it's got this convertible roof that's not working at the moment, but the mileage on this car is 57,305 miles. Now that is very low for 2012, and we've got a few other messages coming on the dash, so we probably have a broken lamp and the car needs service. And apart from these issues, the gearbox and the engine are in good condition. There are no issues. The clutch is very good, it goes through the gears nicely, and the timing chain on these 1.6 engines are common fault. Luckily this one has a good timing chain that doesn't make any rattly noises, so the engine is smooth, gearbox is smooth. The rest of the stuff we can sort out, and most of them are minor issues. However, if you can see here, we've got a bunch of things that are very exposed, and we have a cover that goes on top of there to obviously cover this area. And the way this roof works is a 2-stage operation. The first stage goes from here to here, and then the second stage lifts the whole roof from here and goes all the way there. The first part of this roof works, so the roof comes all the way up to here, and then when we try to open the second part, we are presented with a message here that something is not allowing the roof to go all the way down. Let me demonstrate. So if I press this here, as you can see, it opens the sunroof and it stops here. If I press it again, that should lift the whole thing and go backwards. But when I do that, I'm presented with this message. That message means that something in the boot is not allowing this operation to take place. And if we go to the boot, let's just make sure it's open. We have this cover that the convertible roof sits on. Now everything, as you can see, these handles, this cover, everything is in the place as it should be for this convertible roof to start working, but for some reason it doesn't budge. Something is stuck, or the motor or something in the mechanism is faulty. So the first step is to fix this issue, because it could be something simple or it could cost a lot of money. So I'm going to start with this convertible top to make sure that we can be able to fix it before we spend money on any other thing, because if that cannot be rectified, then there's no point moving forward on this car. So on that note, I'm going to take it to K Autos. They are specialized in working with this sort of stuff, and I'm sure they're going to be able to tell me whether it's fixable or not, and if they can fix it for how much. So let's take it to my mechanic and then we'll take it from there. Let's quickly recap on the other things that need attention apart from the roof. We have a massive dent on the bonnet that may need respraying. The front mini badge has peeled off for some reason. The wheels have scuff marks on all 4 corners. The radio aerial is missing again. The roof is looking sorry for itself. It's gonna need a proper clean. The doors have dings and scratches on the paint. The front passenger tire is bald on the edges. We have more scratches on the passenger door, and to be honest, scratches are on all the panels. The engine sounds sweet, but it desperately needs a service. And if we can get the roof working again for cheap, these other defects can be easily sorted out, and I'm sure I can get it into a lovely looking Mini again. Now the Mini is taken to mechanics, I think it's time to reveal how much I paid for this car. The cap clean for this car at auction was £3,250, and I paid only £1,400 plus fees, which brings it to £1,717.96. The retail for this car is somewhere around £5,000. Depending on the cost of the roof, we might have a nice profit margin to work with. And the cost of the car delivered to me was only £100. And since I've put £20 in fuel just to test the car around my area, making sure that everything else is fine with it. And as I was trying to find parts for the Mini on eBay, such as the front badge and the aerial, I got a call from K Autos that the Mini is fixed. So that was really good news. So the next thing I did was to go and collect it.
And just like that, the Mini is actually fixed. So I dropped it to K Autos 2 days ago. They fixed it within a day, but I didn't have time to come and collect it. And apparently now everything works. So that was working before, and it should, if I do it again, yes, oh, it's actually smooth as well. Now we have a working Mini with a working convertible roof. This way I'm going to be able to carry on and fix the rest of this stuff. I wasn't really too sure what I was gonna do if that was not fixable. So moving on, I'm gonna repair this dent. Obviously there are some paint flakes, so I'm either gonna send it to a bodywork or have a smart repair come out and get that done for me. Apart from that, it's not gonna need much more paint. The rest of the stuff that you can see on the door, like these scratches and these door dings here, I'm gonna be able to fix those myself. We can do the wheels as well. I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time cleaning this top because it's baked in dirt and filth and bird poop. I don't know what else is hiding on top of that. But yeah, I think as far as we know, the Mini is ready to go home. We can start working on it. We need to, I think, if I remember correctly, we need to change a tire because one of them was bald on the edges. Yeah, it's this one. It's bald on the edges. We need to put a tire on this side. The other side doesn't look that bad, to be honest. Depending on what sort of price they're gonna give me when I take it to the tire shop, I might as well just put a set of tires on the front. But yeah, I'm very happy with the way the roof came out. And shout out to K Autos. Obviously, if you are in the North West London area, Wembley, Greenford, Alperton, give these guys a shout. They're top guys, and so far whatever I've given them, they've been able to fix it. And the actual issue that was not allowing the top to come down was related to wires. The section that had issues was the middle section where this cover sits on top of it. Some wires there had issues. I don't know which one was it, but they managed to fix it. And now I'm gonna close it back down just to see if it comes back up nicely. Yeah, that's quite quick for a convertible top as well. And just like that, the roof's back on. Yeah, let's take it from there. Might do the tires now and then take it to the bodywork guy. I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest, so I'll see you in the next clip.
As I left my mechanic, I decided to address the front tire before taking the Mini anywhere else, and I quickly went to my local tire shop where they had a set of part warrants that were in amazing condition and they were matching as well. So I decided to change both front tires, and the price was also reasonable. Now the tires are fitted, the next thing I wanted to tackle was the dent on the front bonnet. I decided against getting the bonnet resprayed for over £200, and I wanted to see if I can get the dent out myself using a very cheap Temu dent remover. I wasn't sure it was going to do much, but I thought let me give it a go, and if it works then good. If not, then I was going to take it to the paint shop anyway, but I just wanted to see if I can save myself some money. So I cleaned the surface on the paint for the glue to stick to the area nicely, and I must say this was one of the most tedious work I've ever done. I must have used 3 sticks of glue and easily over 20 to 30 attempts to get this dent out. So I'm just gonna roll the clip and I'll let you guys see for yourself how this dent was coming out slowly after each attempt.
Having fixed the roof, put 2 part worn good tires on the front. Obviously they are not new, but they're very good. They've got a lot of thread on them. I mean, some could say this is brand new, honestly. That's how good they are. And also doing some improvement on the dent at the front. It's not the best job, but I think it's 10 times better than before. You can still see some small dents around the area where we had to pull it with the glue, but I think that's the best I'm gonna get. If I want it any better, I'm gonna have to respray and fill this area with body filler. At the end, when I'm done with the car, finished and polished it, then I'm gonna add some touch-ups to this area just to make it less visible. Before moving on to the washing and polishing stage, I wanna give the car a fresh service. I've already ordered the parts over there. And once that's done, then the whole car will be cleaned, and then we will bring this paint back to life, because I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but there are small scratches everywhere. I don't think this paint ever been polished before, so I'm very excited to see how this is gonna come out. But for now, let's do the service.
Let's quickly update our money invested page. The cost of repairing the convertible roof from K Autos was only £120, which I was very happy with. The front tires, which were part warrants, cost me £70 plus fitting and balancing, and the service kit came to £98. With the car being freshly serviced, it was time to give this car a much needed clean. My cousin tackled the interior while I started with the wheels and cleaned the exterior. Now the car is cleaned and the paint ready to be buffed, I started one of my favorite parts of this project, and that's polishing. It's very satisfying polishing the cars yourself and seeing the result, and in most cases the paint do come out looking really nice, at least in my experience. I'm still learning how to do polishing properly, but the finish on this Mini, I think it came out really nice. Next on the list was the scuff marks on the wheels. Initially I was going to get all 4 wheels refurbished, but then I remembered a comment from one of my subscribers mentioned that I should sand down the areas of damage on the wheels and then add paint with a brush, and this way they're going to look 10 times better than just adding paint without sanding. So I gave it a go, and to my surprise the wheels did actually come out really nice. We've done the polish and also the touch-ups on the wheels. There are a few other things that we need to do before I can take pictures and put it on sale. We need to replace the front badge, and also we're missing that aerial for the radio. And today I've received these 2 packages. One is the front emblem and one is the aerial. And I'm gonna fit these 2 quickly, and then we will give it a final rinse before taking pictures. And I just want to quickly show you guys the dent that we had on the bonnet. From this angle, if you just have a look, it's almost invisible. Unless you go very close to it, you're not going to be able to see that there was a huge dent in this area. There are still little dents around it, but had I spent more time on this and fixing all these little ones, I think I would have done a better job. But as it is, I'm very happy with it. It's a 12-year-old car. Any cars of this age will have marks and dents like this around the body. But yeah, apart from that, very happy with how it came out. Obviously I'm gonna have to order a new front number plate. It's broken on the edge right here, so I'll replace that as well before it's sold. Let's replace the front emblem and replace the aerial.
The Mini is finally ready to go to a new owner. We've done the last few bits that needed doing, such as the number plate, and also I've replaced the fog light that was not working. I thought it was just the bulb, but it was filled with water, so I fit a brand new fog light to the passenger side. And also, you saw in the last clip, we fitted a new door seal. I didn't even know this was missing until I drove the car in the rain, and it felt like the door was open because I could hear everything from outside. So I had a look around here and I realized that seal was not there. So I ordered a brand new one from BMW and Mini main dealer, and it was only about £45 plus VAT. So now it's fitted to the car and the door closes properly as well, and you don't hear anything from outside when you drive it. And one last thing I had to do was to reset the TPMS tire pressure and also the oil service, because we changed the front tires and we've done a service on this car, and I was able to do it with this Extool D7 scanner. I'm just going to demonstrate how this works. It's got an auto scan function on the screen. You can just press it and it will find the car for you, and then you can read all the codes in the car if there is any. And as you can see, it's found our car. It's a Mini 2012 Mini Cooper, which I'm going to press OK, and now we can do an automatic scan or a system selection or a service function. And if you do a service function, you just go to maintenance, and from here you can reset the oil service, the front brake pads if you've changed those, the brake fluid, the vehicle checks, spark plugs and microfilter. So with this device you can do all of this, and also you can do an automatic scan, and it's very quick actually. You can see how quick it scanned all the systems, and we do actually have a fault. Driver side footwell module, what is that? So if you just press the diagnostic over here and you can read the trouble code, and it will tell you the code itself. And if you connect it to internet, you can search the code from this screen. It will go to Google, and obviously it will find out what people are talking about this code. And the code itself is side marker light left faulty, and that is history. So that fault might not be here. That could be something from the past. If we still had the fault on this car, it would have said permanent or intermittent. So I'm gonna quickly clear that code and we'll find out it's gonna come back. So if we do another scan, and you can see the code's completely disappeared, so everything's green. We don't have any faults on this car. And one good thing about this as well, if you are working on your car from home and you have a fault that you don't know how to diagnose, you can do a scan of your car with this device on all the codes, and you can produce a report and you can save it. And once you've done that, you can come back to the main screen where it says report, and you can see your report on the Mini, which was here, and you can actually print it in the PDF format and take it to your mechanic. This way they don't have to do another scan on your car and charge you money for it. So yeah guys, I think this is a very useful device to have at home. Even if you have a single car, you don't have to be a dealer to have something like this, and I think with something like this you'll be able to do a lot more at home. So if you guys are interested in something like this and you want to get this exact device, the link is in my description. And again, I just want to give a massive thanks to Extool Tech UK for giving me this amazing device. With that being said, the Mini is now ready to go. At the time of this recording, I actually have a viewing booked for it, so it might be sold by the time this video comes out. And now it's time to go and crunch the numbers to see what is our profit selling this car.
This Mini has come a long way and looks 10 times better at this point. The day that it arrived in my driveway, it looked in really rough shape, and now everything works perfectly and the paint looks really good and glossy. Let me know in the comments what you think of this outcome and what you would have done differently. And with that, we are finally ready to crunch the numbers. But before we find out our profit, we need to add everything together, including the parts that I've yet to add to this list. So the front badge from eBay, it cost me £9. The radio aerial was only £6, and the front number plate was £12. Next, I had to buy the door seal, which was £45 plus VAT, and that came to £54. And the front fog light was £35. Now, if we go ahead and add everything together, it will give us a total number invested in this Mini. And that number is £2,241.96. I'll be listing this Mini for £5,000, It's got 2 keys, really good service history, it's just been serviced, everything's been rectified, it's in full working order. So I think £5,000 would be a reasonable price for this car. However, I'm not sure how quick it's gonna sell since we are in the winter season. It's probably gonna sit around for a while. So £5,000 is gonna be the asking price, and if we deduct £2,241.96, it will give us a pre-tax profit of £2,758.04. Now I'm going to leave it here, guys. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this flip? And if you have any questions about car flipping or anything else related to the trade, let me know in the comments below, or you can directly DM me on Instagram. And if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.